Good afternoon, ladies.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello. Hello, Sarah.
I'm very pleased to see you again.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, Sarah.
You know we've got Kate here today.
We do have Catherine.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming through.
You're very welcome.
So, getting started, is there anything that you would like to tell us? You know what all this is about and how we met Kate and how we all connected.
Yes, I do remember the session with, I would like to call you Catherine.
Oh, you're
Catherine,
more than
let's call
welcome
her
to. Thank you.
There's a resonance to that,
Yeah, frequency.
which I like very much.
Thank you.
So where were you during this session?
With Catherine,
Yes.
I was observing.
And the things that were happening, the things that were coming through, could you confirm them?
As in,
As in the things that Kerry was describing as a little girl.
Oh,
Going
yes.
back in her Akashic records, can you see that?
oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And in fact, I've enjoyed Kerry finding out about the second life that where she was a man.
Yeah.
And I know that she's gone back and had a look at history to see where this vegetarian pagan group fitted in and what their religion was and who their gods were. And it fits perfectly.
Wow.
And that is very exciting for me to have. I understand, I have the validation because we have the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But for, shall I say, humans, to have that, to find that acknowledgement of they've been here before, what they're talking about is true, that is something we strive for.
Wow.
Everyone should know that there is no death. There's
that
life
they-
out there.
And quite exciting by the sound of it.
It is. So you are being given the truth, but it's a little bit mixed in with non-truth. I'm really enjoying this
Oh,
discussion.
we love it. Thank you. I was shown in my past life that we activated these points with frequency. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah, and there's different types of frequency to get this activated.
yes.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of research on Earth today regarding frequencies that can heal, frequencies that can prolong life.
Yeah.
There's a band of people, of humans, who are beginning to see what is really going on
Yeah.
and actually wanting to bring back the goodness that was here. I fear it may be too late, but it may not be.
No.
But I in no way want to stop that happening.
So what is a way to help minimize the possibility of that happening? So how can we get more people involved, more people activated, more people awakened? How can we do that?
By spreading what you know
Yeah.
and talking about it in an educational way, not in a, dare I say, loopy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no, I mean, if you start talking to people about reptilians, there's no educational way that'll make someone who's a new soul understand what you're talking about, because the old souls remember, but the
New souls will not know what this is about
No.
at all. But bear in mind that new soul has maybe come from a planet that was kind, loving, forgiving. So they will come into this earth only knowing that and ready to follow that because that's all they know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I had my session with Catherine, I talked about this black energy all around the earth that's starting to get weaker as more people get activated and more people are awakened and more people can connect to their
Yes.
spirit guides. Is that true? Well, I think it is, because I've heard it since I've heard it again. Is it
Yes.
true? It is.
Yes, it is absolutely true. People like yourself, Catherine, Jen, Kerry, there are lots of people who have this and have a brighter light, but I'm sure you've heard of, well, you know that spirits follow Kerry because she has a light.
Yeah.
This light penetrates through that ring.
Good.
You all have the light that penetrates that ring.
How
So-
can we get more in touch though? Because I fear that unless we can actually prove to people, see for example, Catherine can prove to people what they're on about because they have this gift. However, if I start talking to them about the things that I know and that I have witnessed, I come across as loopy. And I'm sure Jen's the same. So, you know, is there any way that we could...
I don't understand why you would come over as loopy. You know what you're talking about, you've seen it. It's a memory you have now. It's real. It's not something that you've made up or read in a book.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about. You're an authority on that because it happened to you. So I would think you need to change your position on how you think about that. Just because I help Kerry with what she's doing and Catherine has help from her guides and has extensive experience, it doesn't play down your part in this. You now have the memory of what you've seen and what you've done in past lives.
And you have the voice, and you have the kind of respect
Oh yeah.
from people. Yeah. And how
So nobody's going to think that.
can we ask, how are we together? How has this happened?
How have you all come together?
Yeah.
It's been a long process
Okay.
of getting you all together, meeting the right people to put you in the position as you are in today so that we can have this discussion.
Wow.
Nothing's by chance.
No.
There is nothing in your lives or in this world that is by chance. You're all meant to be together.
What's the reason for us to be together?
Punch a big hole in that big ring.
So the knowledge, share the knowledge.
Share the knowledge. Keep researching.
Yeah.
Keep finding out. It's all there for you to find out. It's all in your records. It's all in your soul. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep talking about it. I know that you will do your research between you,
Yeah.
and I would dearly like to be involved.
Oh, we'd love you. We'd love to have you involved.
And you'll start building a following because I feel that you will start putting things out there in, I'm going to use a word I hear often, media.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And through media, you can start reaching more people with your things that you've discovered.
Wow, that's good.
And I would be very flattered to help.
Oh, we would love to have you help. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, wow, thank you.
At the moment, you are exploring your connection with each other,
Yeah.
which clearly for 3 of you started as early as the Egyptian times. Kerry has come into the group much later
Yeah.
in time. And then I think if we start examining the records that I have access to
Thank you.
in regards to historical matters which don't seem quite right.
Can I ask the question again? Because I really want to get the facts straight, because
Yes.
everything I want to ask, I want it to be correct. So the Romans and medieval periods, that's the sequence, and it is the right sequence.
Yes.
But they just had more advanced technology.
Yes.
Right. That's okay.
If you look carefully, they had electric motors. There are carvings in Egypt of extraterrestrials in flying crafts,
Yes.
and yet history will successfully tell you that that is not what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And people believe that,
Yeah. Because it's silly.
except for there are people who carry a light. And I've heard Kerry refer to people who are lit from within because they have this knowledge. They may not know they have the knowledge, but they do. And it's in circumstances as you 4 have been brought together that you have the knowledge.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know what is happening. You've been here before and you've allowed yourself to open up to explore this to get the word out. There's that information's given, but then the misinformation.
So what are you guys doing up there? Just watching the show and enjoying the show?
Well,
Why don't you help?
unfortunately, we are never invited to help. I feel privileged, for I have, I don't like saying this, but I have a vast knowledge that I can help with.
Good.
And all we want is to be asked to help. And we're never asked to help.
Well, tell my guys that I'm still pissed off because I do ask them for help every day. I mean, unless they do things that I don't know about.
Your brain is too busy.
I know. Back to that again. Always getting bullied about my brain.
Oh, but you just got to let go and clear your mind, haven't you? Yeah.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Oh.
It's just too much.
That's why we have 3 clear minds and 1 very busy mind.
Yeah, but you ask the right questions though, don't you?
I ask the questions and I always ask them to get in touch
Yeah.
in a way that's solid, because I'm very solid, unfortunately. Although my mind's wide open,
Yeah.
from the mind down, I'm pretty solid. So I always ask for them to communicate with me in a solid way, because my mind's so busy, sometimes I think that I'm just thinking that, I'm just imagining that. You remember my session?
Yeah.
That I was always like, what?
Yes.
And I doubt myself a lot.
Yeah.
So unless it's given to me in a way that I cannot doubt it, I can't take it on board, because I could just be making this up and messing things up. So I do ask for help. So tell them that they're being very unfair if they're saying I'm not asking for help.
I shall speak to them for
There
you.
you go.
Thank you.
'Cause we
Are
have-
they laughing their asses off? They are now, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is the creator. She's still here. She did not reincarnate. Definitely a level 3. You are doing perfectly well, brilliantly well, and a real upturn in your work. What brings people to you is word of mouth and your professionalism. If you don't mind me saying, your voice is very soothing to speaking to people.
Yeah.
I shall come for a session.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have past lives?
I have lived on other planets.
Yeah. Wow.
I have visited planets. I made it a point to visit the water planet that Kerry's from,
Oh, amazing.
in order to understand her more.
And Jem's from there as well,
And
isn't she?
she is indeed. I do wish you a very
Out
good
of the
evening.
freedom.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being a part of it all.
My
Thank
heart
you.
is full. Having
Oh.
spoken to you, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I look
Thank
forward to
you.
our next session.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.
Please take care.
You too.
You too,
Take care.
Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sarah.
See, we're all sitting waving.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, she is there.